chances of winning. Let's meet today's players.
Hi, I'm Alex. This is my girlfriend Katie, and we live together in South East London.
Couple number 2.
Hi, I'm Rosie. This is my dad, Stephen, and we live in London.
Couple number 3.
Hi, I'm Chloe, and this is my mum, Maria, and we are from Cheshire.
And finally, couple number 4.
Hi, my name's Josh. This is my dad, John, and we live in Oxford.
And these are today's contestants. It's my pointless friend, here's Richard.
Oh, yeah.
So today's jackpot starts off at £2,250. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play pointers. Remember, the pair with the highest score at the end of each round gets eliminated. So just keep your scores as low as you possibly can, and it should all be fine. Best of luck to all 4 pairs. Our first category this afternoon is language. You all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second, and whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns words you can play on a musical instrument.
Yeah, essentially on each board we're going to show you 7 clues, and the answers are all words that can be spelled using the notes A, B, C, D, E, F and G. So those are the only letters that can be used in any of these answers. So 7 on the first board, 7 on the second, 14 in all to have a go at home. But all the words are spelled using just those letters.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, so nothing I can really add to that. All the answers to these clues are spelt with those letters. A period of 10 years. 6. Northern Irish bread made with potatoes, flour and butter formed into scones. 5. Animal-based film that won the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects in 1996. 4. The front part of a person's head from the forehead to the chin. 4. Early 20th century art movement whose name probably came from the French for hobby horse. 4. Highly successful Scandinavian pop group originally called Festfolk. 4. Plant whose shredded and pickled leaves are the basis of sauerkraut. 7. Alex, welcome to Pointers. Tell us all about yourself.
So I'm originally from Warwickshire.
Alex, what are you going to go for?
Animal-based film, and say Babe.
Babe, says Alex. Wow. Down it goes to 16. Very well done. Very strong start to the round and indeed the show. Now then, Rosie, welcome to Pointers. Lovely to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
So I'm from London. I'm a project manager.
OK, so what are you going to go for on our board here, Rosie?
I'm going to go for the top answer and say decade.
Decade. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said decade for 10 years. Decade is right. Takes you down to 70. 70 for decade. Maria, remind us all about yourself.
I live in Cheshire and I own a fish and chip shop there.
What are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for the plant whose shredded and pickled leaves are the base of sauerkraut. Cabbage. Cabbage.
Says Maria. Let's see how many of our 100 people said cabbage. Cabbage is right. Well, 70 is our high score, 60 is our low, and you're on 43. Look at that. Brilliant. Josh, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself.
So I'm currently a student at Guildhall School of Music and Drama. And that is right. And say ABBA for the Scandinavian pop group.
ABBA, says Josh. Let's see how many of our 100 people went with ABBA. 70 the high score and you pass it, 60 for ABBA. Not bad.
Let's leave the bread for a moment. You're quite right about face.
That's how you learn the notation of the spaces in the treble clef. Yeah.
F-A-C-E.
F-A-C-E.
Ah, there you go. 57 points for that. Do you know the art movement?
Dada?
Dada, yeah. Dadaism, a Dada. Would have scored you 3 points. So the best answer on the board, I didn't know this. It's not a word I'd heard of. It's part of the Ulster fry. So it's part of your Irish breakfast. It is fadge. There you go. 1 point for fadge. Well done if you said fadge.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Well, halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 16, well done, Alex. The lowest score of the pass was yours. Then we travel up to 43, where we find Maria and Chloe. Then up to 60, where we find Josh and John. And then to 70, which is where we find Rosie and Stephen. You're not way ahead, Stephen. Good luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Let's put 7 more clues up on the board. And remember, the answers to all of these can be spelt using musical notation. And no, Jack, the leader of a rebellion in 1450 against King Henry VI. 4. And a small emblem worn to show membership of a society or support for a cause. 5. John, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself.
Hello, yes, I'm a structural engineer, self-employed. I work from my front room.
John, there you are on 60. What are you going to go for?
Between music circles, and I'm going to say
John Cage.
John Cage says John. Look at that. Very well done indeed. OK, Chloe, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself.
I'm Chloe. I'm a student at the University of Manchester studying politics and modern history.
Chloe, what are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for the front of a building for facade.
Facade. OK, thank you very much. That goes down to 40, takes your total up to 83. Not bad.
Which can be the French for face.
French for face.
Oui.
Absolutely. Thank you. Stephen, welcome. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm originally from Coventry, so I'm going to go for the suitcases, I'm afraid. Just baggage for that.
Baggage, says Stephen. Ooh, not bad. Not bad. 24 takes your total up to 94. Katie, welcome.
Hello.
Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm a desk editor. I work for one of the big 5 publishers in London.
What are you going to go for? If you can score 77 or less, you're through.
Okay. I think I'm going to go with decaf for the coffee with the main chemical stimulant has been removed.
OK, decaf. Let's see how many of our 100 people said decaf. There is your red line. It's right. And you are through. Very well done. Indeed, down it goes 56, takes your total up to 72.
So let's look at the rest of these, shall we? You're quite right about badge at the bottom. We scored slightly fewer points, 51 points for that. Do you know the Test cricket ground?
The Gabba.
The Gabba. Would have scored 12, and this is the best answer.
Jack Cade.
Jack Cade, yeah, that's something from O-level history, isn't it? 1 point for Jack Cade. Very well done if you said that at home.
Thank you very much indeed. So at the end of our first round, we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. And Stephen and Rosie, I'm sorry to say you are that pair. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it is now time for round 2. There we are. Well done, everybody. We made it through round 1. This is what round 2 looks like. John, lowest individual score in that round. So very good, John Cage there. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 today is politics. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many US presidents and vice presidents whose surnames end with the letters E, N or D. There we are, as they could. Katie, what are you going to go for?
Calvin Coolidge.
It goes down to 2. Look at that, Katie. What a brilliant start to the round. 2 for Chloe.
I'm going to go Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson says Chloe. Look at that, down to 5. Very well done indeed. Navigation, thank you. Richard. Josh.
Yes. I'm going to say Franklin Pierce.
Franklin Pierce, says Josh. Oh, look at that, some pointless answer. Very well done indeed, Josh. That adds £250 to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £2,500, scores you nothing, earns you a punch on the arm from your dad and our undying respect. So very well done indeed. Down the line, very well done indeed on that far podium. Nothing is the score there. Then to 2 is where we find Katie and Alex. And then up to 5 where we find Chloe and Maria. Will the second players please step up to the podium? So, John, remember, we're looking for presidents or vice presidents of the US whose surnames end with an E, an N, or a D.
James Garfield.
James Garfield. Well done, you're through. And it's a pointless answer as well. Very well done indeed. That adds another £250 to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £2,750 and leaves your total at 0, of course.
We'd love to see a double point this, don't we?
Now, Maria.
I'm just going to say Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. OK, Bill Clinton. Down to goes 34, taking your total up to 39. Now then, Alex.
Millard Fillmore.
Millard Fillmore. Millard Fillmore gets you through. Millard Fillmore adds money to the jackpot. There we are. Another pointless answer. That adds £250 to today's jackpot. Takes the total up to a lovely round £3,000. Very well done. Scores you nothing. Leaves your total at 2. Very well done indeed.
I'll go through some pointless answers in a sec, but I'll take you through the 1-pointers before. Andrew Jackson, Andrew Johnson, both 1 point. Dan Quayle, 1 point. James Buchanan, 1 point. Also Martin Van Buren and Walter Mondale. All of those scored 1 point. And here are your pointless answers. We've already seen a few of them. Adlai Stevenson, Vice President. Benjamin Harrison and Franklin Pierce, both presidents. Grover Cleveland, another president. Hannibal Hamlin, who was one of Lincoln's vice presidents. James Monroe, another president. James Sherman there. There's Millard Fillmore and William Henry Harrison, the only president to have a shorter tenure than James Garfield. Also a pointless answer.
And that brings us to the end of our second round, and sadly we have to say goodbye to Maria and Chloe, but it's only au revoir.
Yes.
For the remaining two pairs, though, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Josh and John, Katie and Alex. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot. Here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many French painters.
We're going to put 6 names up on the board, or six, the French would say.
Yeah,
six
they would.
noms.
Oh.
2 of them we've made up. 2 of them are French painters no one heard of, and 2 of them are French painters that somebody mentioned. You just need to find the painters that nobody had heard of, please.
Nothing else for it. Let's just read out the names of these 6 potential painters. Suzy Solidor, Sébastien Tellier, Fernand Léger, Berthe Morisot, Georges de la Tour, and Paul Gauguin. Pool your resources. Why not chat out loud?
I'm up.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll go with Berta.
Okay, we're going with Berta.
Berthe Morisot. Oh no, one person had heard. Berthe Morisot. So not pointless. Katie and Alex, it's over to you.
So which one was the singer?
Sebastian Tellier, I think, is a musician.
And Gauguin is a painter, so...
Yeah, if he's... it won't be pointless. So,
Should we say Fernand Léger?
yeah, I think go for that one.
Fernand Léger, let's see. Pointless painter? I think we know that Paul Gauguin is the other... Yeah, very well done indeed. You found it. One of our pointless painters, Fernand Léger.
Very well played, beautifully done, and well worked out with the Sébastien Tellier thing as well. Very, very cool French musical artist, Sébastien Tellier, although he represented France in the Eurovision Song Contest, but in a very, very ironic way. Paul Gauguin, we know, scored points. He would have scored 2 points. Let's take a look. Is Georges de la Tour a pointless answer? Yes, very well done. Now, Suzy Solidor is interesting. She was the most painted woman in the world, they called her in the 1930s, a French socialite and singer. Jean Cocteau painted her, Francis Bacon, all sorts of people painted her. So the most painted woman in the world, they called her.
Thank you very much indeed. Well done. You managed to find one pointless answer, which means you've added another £250 to the jackpot. So it now stands at £3,250. That's excellent. But who'll be playing for it? Let's find out in the head-to-head. The first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. You're now allowed to confer before you give your answers. Our first question this afternoon is all about tabletop games, Richard.
Yeah, 5 pictures now of tabletop games and their initials as well. Can you tell us what these games are, please?
OK, let's reveal our 5 tabletop games, and here they come. We've got A, D, B, T, C, B, D, G, and E, D. There we are. Josh and John, you're our golden couple, so you get to go first.
I think we'll go with C and say backgammon.
OK, you're going to say backgammon.
Should we have drafts?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll say drafts.
You're going to say A, drafts. So we've got backgammon versus drafts. Josh and John went for backgammon for C. Let's see how many of our 100 said backgammon. Down he goes to 61. Let's see how many of our 100 said drafts. Drafts is right. There we are, 76 for drafts. Well done, Josh and John. After one question, you're up 1-0.
Yep, there was an answer up there that would have beaten backgammon. Not Tiddlywinks. Tiddlywinks would have scored you 70. Not Dominoes either. Dominoes is a huge score, a 93. And it would have scored 31 points.
Whoa. Is it very complicated, Go?
Yes.
Our second question today is all about the number 12, Richard.
Yeah, simply 5 clues now to facts about the number 12.
Author of the play Twelfth Night, subtitled Or What You Will. In pre-decimal currency, this coin was divided into 12 pennies. Part of the small intestine, whose name is derived from the Latin for 12 fingers. Biblical patriarch, whose sons and descendants made up the 12 tribes of Israel. And the 12th element on the periodic table. It has the chemical symbol Mg. There we are. Katie and Alex, you'll go first.
We think that the part of the small intestine is duodenum.
Josh and John look like you are wanting to say that.
Jacob for the tribes of Israel.
So Jacob for the biblical patriarch. Duodenum is right. Oh, that's good. Down he goes to 6. Very well done. The father of the 12 tribes of Israel. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Jacob. Oh, I think it's going to be close, this one, Jacob. Oh, look at that, down to 12. Very well done indeed. Katie and Alex, though, very well done to you. 6, lovely low score, means you win that point. After 2 questions, it's 1-1.
Filling the scores for the rest, 12th night was...
William Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare, quite a low score, 52 for Shakespeare. The pre-decimal currency...
Shilling.
Shilling, yep. That would have scored you 35. And the element?
Magnesium.
Magnesium. And that would have scored you 50.
Our third question today is all about oily fish. Richard.
Yeah, I'm going to show you now the names of 5 different oily fish, but we put the letters of their names in alphabetical order. Can you tell us what these oily fish are, please?
Acicilmer, Almnos, Binut, and Abhitw, and Eghinner. Okay,
Yeah.
Josh and John, how are you doing?
Annoyingly, we only know 4.
Yeah, there's one we don't know. So we're going to go with the 4th one and say whitebait.
Whitebait for the 4th one. Now then, Katie and Alex, over to you. Can you talk us through the board?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so we'll go for mackerel.
You're going to go for mackerel. So we have whitebait versus mackerel. Josh and John said whitebait. Let's see how many of our 100 people got that for the 4th one down. That goes down to 38. Katie and Alex, meanwhile, have gone for mackerel for the top one. Let's see how many of our 100 said mackerel. Ooh, not far more, but 50 for mackerel. But it means Josh and John, very well done indeed. After 3 questions, you are through to the final 2-1.
Well played, gents. There's a couple of answers up there that could have beaten you. Salmon wouldn't have beaten you. Salmon scores too many points. It would have scored you 78. Do you know the bottom one?
Oh, herring.
Herring, yeah.
Ah.
That would have scored 24, so would have won the point. And now this one, bonito.
Bonito, yes.
Bonito.
I have seen a bonito.
They sometimes label it as skipjack tuna. Bonito is a
Benoit.
pointless answer as well. Well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. The pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round. I'm afraid, Katie and Alex, this is where we say goodbye to you. But for Josh and John, it is now time for the pointless final. Congratulations, Josh and John. You fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless Trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless Jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £3,250. Let us see what today's selection looks like. We've got Paul Weller, the FA Cup, the year 1961, Roald Dahl's children's stories on television.
I think it's... I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
the FA Cup will be fine.
FA Cup,
They might
please.
be
Okay.
With this one, we're looking for any of the following. We're looking for any team who has won the FA Cup once and only once. We are looking for any year in which a London-based football team won the FA Cup, please. Or we are looking for any manager who has won the FA Cup more than once.
All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless.
And that's the men's FA Cup, by the way.
Are you ready?
We are.
Yeah.
Let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
And then, did you want Sunderland?
well-
I don't like Sunderland.
Okay, that is your time up. Let's have your 3 answers. What
Okay.
can you give me?
We're going to say, for the teams that have only won it once, I'm going to try Portsmouth.
Portsmouth.
The years a London-based team won the FA Cup, it's quite recent, but we'll say 2010.
2010.
Quick.
Wigan.
Wigan, for the
And-
teams that have won it once.
Portsmouth, 2010, and Wigan.
Yeah.
We have got Wigan, 2010, Portsmouth. Wigan is your first answer. In this case, we're looking for teams that have won the FA Cup only once. Down we go, through the teams. Into single figures, still going down. Oh, 6. Okay. 2010, we're looking for years in which London-based clubs won the FA Cup. Into single figures, still going down to 12. Oh, 6 again. We're back on teams that have won the FA Cup only once. It's how many people said Portsmouth? Oh, no. So I'm afraid you didn't win today's jackpot, but yeah.
Portsmouth won it twice. Take a look at those teams that have won the FA Cup only once. Barnsley was a pointless answer. Clapham Rovers was a pointless answer. Derby County, they, funnily enough, won the post-Second World War FA Cup. Derby County, Notts County as well. You could have had Blackburn Olympic. I know you were looking for those, the old teams with the old names. Blackburn Olympic would have been one. Bradford City, Old Carthusians, Royal Engineers, and Oxford University. Your hometown team would have won you the money. Now, the years in which a London-based football team won the FA Cup: 1872, 1964 there, 1988, 2007. In fact, when Clapham Rovers won in 1880, that was a pointless answer as well. And managers who've won it more than once. Not many of them. Bill Nicholson won it with Spurs. John Lyle won it with West Ham a couple of times. Stan Cullis, who won with Wolves twice. Stan Seymour, Newcastle, 50 and 51. Also, you could have had Ron Atkinson, who won twice with Manchester United. Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me.
And that was pointless without the fluff. And first, I just wanted to say I got my first YouTube gift. And so I wanted to say thank you for that. It comes in this wonderful box right here. I figured I'd open that up. Always bring a screwdriver. You will not believe how useful these things are. And... okay, there's a note. You have saved people 1 million seconds. We'll be watching. Oh, there's a little gift in here too. I will open that up in private, I think. So, I don't know how you found me, but thank you for the wonderful gift. This was a very requested episode. A lot of people have asked for it, and with a name like Pointless, you kind of want to know how pointful it is, I suppose. Alexander Armstrong hosts, along with Taskmaster Alum Richard Osman. So, we got some good points there. I had 2 episodes kind of cut up here. There's this short one where we've cut out all those little ends at the end of the questions on why this word is fascinating. Because technically it is fluff. It doesn't change the impact or impact of the game or anything like that. And I have the supercut that includes it. But it's only off by about 1.5 minutes. So it's dependent on the content. It's what you want to consider on this one. But we're able to bring meaningfulness from the pointlessness. How does this fare? Bam! So, with a few edits, we were able to get down from 43 minutes and 55 seconds to 20 minutes and 45 seconds. We cut it down to 47% of the original size. We have a compression ratio of 2.1 to 1. We cut out 23 minutes and 10 seconds, or 1,390 seconds total, or the equivalent of 15.4 moments. 15.44. It was super close, but I think it's the quips that costed it in the end. I think it could have made it to that game show one. It was so close. It was so close. Bam! Well, I thought that was a quite enjoyable show. My only problem is that I think the contestants make less money on it than the hosts. And whenever that happens, that feels weird, because it's sort of like, okay, you're the one profiting off this game show. Strange. That's okay, you know, they bring delight. Anyways, I hope I've saved you some time. And if you like the video, why not tell a friend? Maybe they'll like it too, or at least the condensed version of this. That's what I really hope you enjoy. I've been as gored as it gets, and I hope you are too.
But a brilliant Stephen-like low score would be amazing.
Yeah, and that's got the same amount of letters as cabbage. And it sounds like it rhymes, but it doesn't.
No.
In fact, let's listen to a bit of it right now. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Lovely, I love it. Thank you.
Yes, I have to say I have nothing to add.
Yeah.
That is what we're looking for.
That's it. That's all we're after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got nothing.